Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Fatal Frame 5. Today we go to a different area, actually. This bit just talks about how we were able to free Miyu from that box, but could not find Hisoka, and Yuri's only clue is a vision and a photograph. Which is not surprising considering this is Fatal Frame, a game series all about photographs. So she gets the idea to go to the Lake of the Departed, I think it's called. And you can see briefly what I meant there last video about having trouble finding the gap to walk through in that little railing. That's going to be a regular thing I'm just going to have to deal with. And I thought I had realized that I needed to hit a button for those transitions, but I guess it was later in the game. Damn. Over here's another photo opportunity. Hopefully this one will be more successful. Huzzah! And at this point, I wanted to walk around to pick up that Type 0 film I talked about last video. I already said what was going to happen. As you can see, the game will not let me go over there, which I find very disappointing. So this area is not new. We've been here before, obviously, but we are going to go into a different section than we've gone before. One that I find kind of annoying. Although at least it's easier to see than that basement area. And we got ghosties. Who you gonna call? Yuri, apparently. There would be a lot more fast forwards and cuts during some of these fights, except this video ended up being quite short, as opposed to the last one. Damn. Come on, look, I don't want to do this. I'm not happy with what happened to you either, but you're the one getting all cattywampus. And you know what Yuri does to folks who get all cattywampus? She takes their picture and posts it on social media so they can get the attention and validation they so desperately are searching for. Although in Yuri's defense, she's not in control over how many likes those photos get. That's still on you to be photogenic. If you fail, that's on you. She is also not responsible for any comments made about said photo. If you don't like what people have to say, then you shouldn't have been doing that when you had a picture taken of you. You knew the risks. I would assume ghosts like social media just like most humans do. I, on the other hand, can't stand social media. Unless this is considered social media, which I suppose YouTube could be considered that. Or Discord, to a degree. But even on Discord, I only want to talk to a select group of people. Well, if you don't know where I'm at, then I'm not going to tell you. Open up your eyes and find me for your own damn self. I ain't going to do your work for you. YouTube's a little bit different story, but I'm a small channel, so it's not like I have a big following to worry about. So I can actually respond to pretty much every comment I get. Unless I'm not notified of it, because that's happened too. I remember last year looking in the comment section of the YouTube studio and seeing a ton of comments that I had missed. I can't see either, but I have to actually do things that are visual. So, where's my sympathy, you cunt? It's all about you, I guess. Typical woman, am I right? That was a joke. Maybe. While I was editing this, every time I would hit the "Where do I go" button, I would find myself hoping desperately that I went the right way so I wouldn't have to do any editing. It's amazing how, looking at this video to edit, I can see so much more than when I'm playing. I want to tell one of my favorite stories about that happening in an LP, except I'm planning on re-recording that LP at some point. Oh God. So that might not be the story to tell. It's actually the same day I recorded the last video's commentary. I don't normally do multiple videos in a day. Awesome. Let's do that again real soon, like within less than a minute. How about that? Hey, I actually got one. Sweet. Well, how very unfortunate for you. But you don't have to deal with the problems that I've been dealing with, which I've talked about in the past couple of videos, so I won't waste everybody's time going over it again. This is turning into another Darksiders LP. I was so salty during that playthrough. I did not enjoy that game. I was having a bad time in life. It was just a perfect storm for a very negative LP. I used to joke with people that oh look! Look! This thing's back already! If they were going to bring another ghost out, couldn't they have brought a different one? What about that falling woman? We haven't seen her in a while. Plus, I still haven't stuck my hands into her yet. Oh, yeah. I had a joke with some of my friends on Discord as well as Balemore about how my Mass Effect playthrough killed my channel. I felt like I was getting far fewer views on that playthrough than a lot of my others. And mind you, I'm not a big channel and I'm not somebody who whines about not getting views because I hate it when people do that. But I looked back at my videos that I posted over the last couple of years, and it was actually Darksiders where my videos started to get fewer views. I still get a decent amount of comments usually. At least for a channel as small as mine. Yeah, the game kept bugging me with that "Where do I go" button when I wanted to pick this up. More things to read if you want to. You know my stance on reading. I think it's important to do, but I just don't want to bother. Although I do really wish I could read these files out for these videos. It would just take too much work. It's nice to have this really short chapter after such a long one, but it would have been nice if they balanced them out a little bit. Made this one a little bit longer and the previous one a little bit shorter. But that's okay. I was just trying to open the door game. That's it. Yeah, I am learning that when you're having bad times, that is not a good time to do a Let's Play. Although I hope I've kept the negativity to a minimum in this playthrough. I have had legit complaints about this game, but in fairness, this isn't a good game. It's not an awful game either, it's just not one of my favorites. I don't really have any gripes about this chapter. It's a little bit short. There's going to be another jump cut at some point here. Like in a previous chapter, I had paused the recording to do something and forgot to unpause the recording, so I had to reload a checkpoint from where a cutscene started. So after we take down this ghost, that'll happen. And I see that red hue and I know a ghost is about to do damage to my character, but that doesn't tell me where the ghost is. Maybe you should have left me alone then. I don't feel sorry for you. No, I'm not in the mood to become a pillar. This takes a bit of reaction time, and I don't do so well at it. Apparently this is an instant death moment if you fail this, and the game gives you a few chances to complete this section, and a conveniently placed checkpoint before the cutscene. So it's not all bad. I'm pretty sure I just barely passed this section. Get out of here, you ain't putting me in a box. You can't put Yuri in a corner. You get? And I am trying really hard to not make comments about our girl Friday's figure and her look in that really tight wet dress. I'm trying. So far I've been successful, but I can't promise it'll stay that way. Except at least this is a short video. So we are almost done. I need to get out more. More reading goodness, if you care. And a new lens, which is cool. I don't know what the difference between this and the crush lens is. I assume one does more damage. But it's there, and I will probably take forever to figure out how to use it. I actually was right in my guess. Don't care. Got places to go. I was right in my guess of what button you use to activate the lens. I guess anytime I've tried to use the crush lens, I just didn't have the camera charged up enough. These lenses seem harder to charge than the ones in other games, but I could be wrong on that. Again, it has been a while since I played a game in the series. Hey, getting stuck on the scenery in that area. That's not going to be a problem in a later chapter. Chapter 9. Anybody who's played this game knows what I'm talking about. I'm guessing that arrow also serves as our where do I go button.
Hisoka!
Well, I'm sure she's out there somewhere. We will do what we can to find her. Go for a swim when wetness is a bad thing. That can only go well.
Hisoka! Hisoka!
Let us fall together.
Not interested. And as you can see, taking a picture of this thing does nothing. As far as I can tell, you just need to outlast the segment. She will eventually go away. You could run away here, but again, I think this is the same ghost from last chapter. So you don't want to get too far away or it will teleport in front of you and you won't have time to move around it. So I just do this. Didn't take much and we win. Or at least we don't lose. And there looks like something to do with a gate. This final blurb just summarizes what just happened, which seems pointless. I don't know why this is even here. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Fatal Frame 5. Oh, our girl Friday, isn't she beautiful?